Hello, wake up. It's Wake Up Wednesday, and today we are going to be talking about family. Speaking of family, we have Mama Tuttle in the house. So we're going to have to be on our best behavior. That is Daniel's mom, for those of you who don't know.
Wait, you must not know Mama Tut because she's a bad girl, honey.
I've only get to meditate with Mama Tut every morning.
That's right.
Mama Tut, wow, Queen
Yeah,
Tut
Queen Tut. That's right.
instead of King Tut.
Yep,
Queen Tut.
that's right.
I might start calling you Queen Tut, Daniel.
That's right. Exactly. Make no mistake, who really wears the crown in this family?
Yes.
Wow, Jack McAdoo is here. Hi, Jack McAdoo. And Dana, my dear friend Dana's here. Wow, we got a nice crowd on this.
Yeah, people must be like
holiday
not at work today.
Totally. Who cares? Right?
Yes.
Hi, everyone.
Welcome
How is
to
everybody
Wake Up
doing?
Wednesdays.
Wake up, wake up, wake up. We are.
Hopefully you're awake by now, but if you're not, that's great because it's the holidays.
And who cares? Obviously, we don't care because Ben is actually we're coming at you from a completely different place. Ben is on the West Coast in Washington, and I'm in Florida with my family. So we're a little tardy today, about an hour after normal showtime. But you know what? We're always right on time. We may be late, but we're always right on time, Ben.
That's right. Well, the time is now, no matter when or where we are, right?
That's
or
right.
If you're listening to this or not, the time is literally right now.
That's
right.
Exactly.
Yeah, I could probably spit. I was just telling Dana, probably spit in the Puget Sound right now, which would, probably be. I might do that afterwards. I don't think I'm going to try to swim in it because I'm not sure how long I can outlast hypothermia, but it's very exciting. So
you're not into the Iceman challenge?
I mean, I am actually.
Have you seen that gentleman actually on Instagram? Do you know that guy, the Iceman? You lost my sound on the computer. Oh, now we're good.
We're just gonna keep talking, and
I can hear you,
Daniel. You just keep going. People are probably hearing you, and
I can hear you, and
just
and
me.
I think they can hear you too, and I can hear me too. Can you not hear me?
But either way, it's awesome. Yeah. So just keep going. I'm gonna figure out what to do.
Okay, good. Well, all right. Well, happy Wednesday to everyone. Happy holidays. Happy Merry Christmas if that's what you do. And how does it get even better than that?
I think we're back.
Are we back?
Yes.
All right. So
I trust you're sharing a lot of magic while it's gone.
Of course I am. Just getting everybody in the holiday spirit. So today we're gonna indulge and talk about family a little bit and what family is, what family means, and a lot of times, a lot of anxiousness, a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, that kind of crap comes up around this time. People start to freak out. They're like, "Oh God, I got to see that uncle who pushes all my buttons, and I have to pretend like I like them." Or those cousins who I haven't seen in how many times or whatever, like all that kind of stuff starts to come up for us right now.
And the family who maybe aren't alive, or the new family, or the other people's families you're joining, or just the energies of maybe stuff from your past that may not even have anything to do with today. Comes up just because family, right? It's like,
that's right.
What I imagine every time I say that, someone on the other side of the camera is going, "Oh, family." They're like, "Oh, stop it, family." But what if we could create that as a wonderful, beautiful thing?
Exactly. And also, think of first of all, I just got home to Florida, to my parents' house yesterday, and I walked in
one
the
of
house,
your many homes.
One of my mini homes, and it was completely. My mom is the best. She's the best decorator, period. But when it comes to holidays, she's primo. Okay. And I walked in, and it was like totally Christmas out. And it's a contrast from last year because last year when I came home for COVID, she had like a little prop tree in the corner and her usual decorations were
Very
not out.
nice.
And it was kind of sad. And none of our family was coming because we have a pretty large extended family that usually comes. And none of our family was coming because everybody was, nervous about the virus. And so last Christmas we spent Christmas Day, the three of us, my mom and dad and I, watching Wonder Woman. And and it was awesome. And we had the best time. We absolutely loved it. It was
Oh,
great. But when
wow.
I when I walked in this year and I saw like my mom's trees, I should say trees, and all of the Christmas decorations, I was just like I had that moment of like, oh, like my heart melted. Like I was really happy to be home.
Mm.
And it's so wonderful and so beautiful. And I'm sure many of you too are also feeling very grateful that at least I know we have Omicron like hiding in the wings, but
Yeah.
we're starting, at least we can be with family a little bit more now, right? And we can enjoy our time together. And so I think the
Hopefully
most
we can.
important,
That's
hopefully,
what our
that's what
my
we're here
goal
for.
here, yeah, is to create that, right? So where in
Yeah,
your life are you still creating your family as something, and it may be an obstacle for you, right? It could be a
yeah,
challenge, but it's also, what if your challenges were opportunities? I just
right,
posted a quote about this the other day. Like, if you could actually think of the holidays or anything that comes up as this time where, your resistance goes up, your walls go up, what if it could be a time to really practice melting that and just being with your emotions, or being with these people, or,
right,
bringing some curiosity to the family that you think you have
right.
figured out, and bringing healthier boundaries to your family and to yourself is ultimately going to serve everyone. Everyone's going to be happier. You're going to be a
Absolutely.
better family member.
Absolutely.
They'll probably show up. It's about really taking care of yourself, because your family you can't control their people, right? But we can control how and when and on what grounds we spend time and spend our energy.
You also can't expect them to know what's going on in your life. You see them what, once a
Mm,
year? You expect
mhm,
them to know what you do, know how you're doing, know this, know that, know this. And how do they know? If you aren't constantly like taking care of them, or you're not constantly in touch with them. My father mentioned something recently, well, last night, yesterday, his baby brother passed away 2 months
mhm.
ago. And my dad
Jimmy,
has
right?
Jimmy, yeah.
Yeah.
He has a bunch of siblings, and he's like, my dad's the patriarch of the family, and he's close to them. But he said that he realized that at his brother's funeral, that how little he actually did know about him, you know, and it also made me realize too, the last time I saw my uncle, I think, was at Christmas time, not last year, but the year before. And so how precious, like how much gratitude is the word, I think it is, right? How much gratitude can we create, can we be in, which will create the presence for us to actually enjoy being in the moment, instead of surfing in fear, surfing in regret, surfing in shame, whatever it
Mm,
is that is that barrier between you and family. What would it take to just kind of eliminate that, put that to the side, and just be so incredibly present? You know, I don't have any
mm,
regrets about my uncle, but
mhm,
I think, God, if I would have known that that was the last time I saw him, I might have like told him something that I learned from him, or I might have been able to express a greater sense of gratitude for
mhm,
whatever, how he's shown up in my life in certain ways. But I guess the point that I'm making is we just have to be so present. You know what I mean, Ben? And so appreciative and just so in the moment to kind of allow that to be the space to create more, and that's what I wanted to share with that's what I wanted to share with everybody too. And then, as you know, Ben, we've talked about this many, many times before. We have family that has nothing to do with our blood, right?
mm,
We have nothing
yeah.
to do. We have family and people in our lives that we've adopted that are close to us, who, we don't know, and or not don't know, but that we're not related to. And what if you were allowed those relationships to also be the relationships that you receive the kind of let's say love, affection,
Mm,
connection with,
Yeah.
And you just kind of realize that your family is sometimes a karmic correction. Okay. Honestly, if you want to look at metaphysics, the truth is that souls travel in packs. Okay, souls travel in
Right.
packs because they travel in packs to create karmic connection, to
Mm.
overcome things, to learn things, to whatever. So the truth is, guys, believe it or not, and you may be like, cut me off for this one, but we actually choose our family. We choose our biological family. We choose our adopted family. We choose, even if you're adopted, you also choose your biological family, believe it or not, and your adopted family. But metaphysically, it says that karmically, what happens is that when our soul comes into this world, it says, hey, you know what? I want to be born into the Curtis family because the Curtis family has all these cool things going on, and they're going to help me achieve my personal correction, right? They're going to help me become a greater version of me.
Mm.
And some of us may look at that and go, are you fucking kidding me? No way. These people
Especially if
just,
you had an
yeah,
abusive childhood or mental illness or addiction in your family. How do you, right?
right.
Like, how do you take that and spin something out of it
That's right.
positive?
Yeah,
But this is actually the
exactly.
thing. You can turn your pain into your purpose. You literally use this as your transformation.
Right.
So Daniel, continue. You're on your role of the karmic choice, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Karmic choice. But one of the things that I think is so important is when you feel resistance,
Mm-hmm.
like in the next week when you're with family, guys, this today we're giving you tools on how to deal with family, right? So when you're with your family and you find yourself in that moment of resistance, and we will all be there at some point, there's always that person that pushes your buttons.
Mm.
When you find yourself in resistance in that moment, instead of in your head being like, fucking asshole, I can't fucking stand this guy. Thank God I only see him once a year. Ask yourself, stop and ask yourself, okay, you know what? Why did I choose this person to be my whatever? My cousin, my uncle, my
Mm.
father, my brother, my mother. Ask, why did I choose this person? And why did I choose? Take responsibility. Why did I choose this person, this energy to be my
If
whatever?
you're your
And
uncle or you're with an in-law, you could
mhm,
even take that on. Like, why did I choose this person to be my in-law? Right.
yeah,
And you're thinking, well, I didn't, but what could you learn from them? And that's what
right.
I really see is like, how could you take that? Like, if you're feeling challenged, there's actually you're being handed a lesson.
Huge. Absolutely.
You
And
could
that
you could
lesson,
look at it as like, this is not mine. Like this family, like
right.
no. But the energy is like, what is so if you said the great thing, pause
Yeah,
first before you react.
totally.
Take a deep breath, number two. And then three, what's the lesson here? What's the opportunity? What can
Yeah.
you gain from this? What if
And
this person
also,
was here to literally help you go to the next place or to help you grow?
that's right. So I'm going to say more about that, Ben, because you said something I want to clarify for people. You said, what can this person teach me? And sometimes what this person can teach you guys is not about what they know, what they do, what they share. It's about how you show up with them,
Mm.
right? So you may have completely zero connection to this person, have no respect for them, even like what they are, what their this is. You may have none of that. But if you stop and say, how can I choose differently here for me? And what kind of how can I be in more allowance of this and to create greater?
Mm.
And those are questions that I think are so powerful.
Say
Let's
those
also,
questions again, just so
yeah,
people can hear it. So,
absolutely. So in that moment when you pause, you want to ask, what can I take away from this? What is the lesson that I need to be learning here to contribute to me? What can I do with this? Okay, instead of rejecting it. And how can I choose differently? Instead of going into resistance, how can I be in more allowance for this person?
mm,
I want to shout out to there's somebody on Instagram, my new dear virtual friend Junaline. She's in Lebanon. We've been collaborating together. I adore
oh
this
wow.
woman. I just want to also say, if you guys don't follow her, follow her. She's literally a breath of fresh air.
Mm,
And so thank you, Junaline, for saying hi and tuning in. But asking these questions is what creates a greater possibility for
mhm.
us, right?
Yes, absolutely, 100%.
Yeah,
There and any tool, like, you can try it on, see how it works for you. Also wanna
absolutely.
shout out to Jeffrey here who said, stop. That's a great thing. He said, S, stop, T, take a break, O, observe, P, proceed. I like
I
that.
love it. I love it. That's awesome.
There's a great simple one in the world of recovery that's HALT: hungry, angry, lonely, tired. So anytime you're dealing with something in the holidays, you can HALT in it, and it's like a pause word. And am I hungry? Like, do I need to eat right now? Have I eaten too much? Or, maybe need to cut back on the sugar? Like, am I angry? Is there something that's actually like going on underneath that I'm not looking at? Am I lonely? Do I need to just connect with someone or ask someone for connection? And am I tired? Like, do I need to take a break? Do I need to pause from family? Do I need to simplify plans? Do I need to take a nap or go to bed early? And all of those things may feel like they're sacrificing something from your family plans, but when you actually do that kind of self-care and inventory, that's the greatest gift you could give your family members and yourself, because you're putting the oxygen mask on yourself first before you're going into communities, right? It's like if you go in starving for air, you're going to be a mess or not fun. Right. And so if you're there and you've already served yourself, then you can actually show up in service of family. And also, one of my last, go ahead.
No, and also the world.
Yeah.
Okay. Remember, my friends, as you're doing your last minute Christmas shopping and all that, some of these tools we can also apply to the outside world when we're shopping, or when we're, have to make last minute errands, or we're going to the grocery store, we're cooking. You can use these tools in those situations too. And imagine if there was less chaos, meaning people not in allowance of each other. If there was a lot less chaos, don't you think the world would be a much more really, really more relaxing, more enjoyable place? What will that take? What will it take to adopt this into our everyday future? But now we're so far with our family, so definitely.
Yeah. What
happened? Okay, Ben is having some really, really, really interesting points of view over there with his technology.
It is. Well, I have this new Dell computer and I love it. It's a
dude, you gotta get a
laptop,
Dell.
Dude. I got it.
Yeah, and I think we lost your audio on Facebook. Actually, B. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, and here it is.
I love it. Guys, how does it get any better?
Stopped again. So Daniel's going to talk for a second.
Ben is a little Ben. I know that you all think that Ben. I know that you all think that Ben is actually the older one here, but I'm actually the older one just by a few years. Ben is like that little brother, where you're kind of like, dude, you're championing him. You're like, come on, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. So we're here for you, Ben. We're totally here for you. We're championing for you.
The Dell dude has technical issues sometimes. That's okay.
Even the Dell dude has technical issues. That's right.
I was just talking about being the face of like one of the greatest technological, businesses ever, that are doing some incredible things for the world, and renewable energy and recycling, just with e-waste. And I'm getting really excited about renewable energy, and
that's so freaking cool.
For me, that's a self-care thing, right? Yep. Like going in the holidays, like getting involved in technology has been really the biggest struggle for me during family time.
Absolutely.
Like, as my business is growing and all the systems I've had in place are breaking down and I'm creating new systems, right? It's like I'm having to constantly ask for support and turn it over and see, how I can put the oxygen mask on myself, or sometimes just, shut the computer if, when we come up against these things and we spend all this energy trying to make something work and force something.
Yep, I know.
This just came to me, even with family connections, right?
Right.
And sometimes just allowing them or ourselves to breathe can give them the space to open up.
Absolutely.
I've been trying to, like, my sister and I have sometimes a hard time connecting on the phone, and we spend a lot of time on phones and screens. So we're not always, we love talking to each other, but it's usually the last thing we want to do at the end of the day is get on the phone. And so we have to actually schedule time sometimes to connect, and it feels like work, but what I'm realizing over time is actually giving ourselves the gift to really be present with each other.
Yeah.
And to quit trying to, like, I wear this weight sometimes, like, oh, I've got to connect with my sister, I've got to reach out more, and the truth is I'm doing the best I can, and I'm actually creating more time. So I woke up with this free for the first morning here of 3 or 4 mornings in Washington State of all the weight I've been carrying around, and I realized it wasn't even it was all put on. Like, I created it myself, this stress I was feeling and everything. And I realized it took me a couple days to give myself permission to, like, put it down, and I had to do a lot of self-care to kind of recharge and equip myself to be great with family. And that's been such a great gift. So, if I'm wondering if there's anyone out there, I'd love to know what anyone else's challenges with family around the holidays. If you just type it, if there is something that's coming up, or you still you're still dealing with something, or maybe you're carrying that weight of stress, or you don't know how to stop working, or you don't know how to stop worrying about this. Just whatever's there, whether, it could be past grief, it could be current, sometimes just personality wise, we can conflict.
One of the things that I realized for myself coming home is I always have like this, everything comes down, my parents and we're very close. We're very intimate. It's just the three of us. So when I come home and it's just the three of us, there's just like this energy of like, everything just kind of melts for me, and I'm able to relax. And it reminded me of something that Gary Douglas, founder of Access Consciousness, has been talking a lot about lately. And he says, if we actually really truly learned to relax, we would receive 70% more of that which we are asking for. 70% more of what we're asking for. Because
if we just relax.
If you just relax. Think about how many times when you go into relaxation mode, are you not really allowing yourself to relax, because you're thinking about, okay, so I'm going to relax for 5 minutes and then I got to go do this. Or I'm going to relax for an hour and then I'm going to go do this. And then I got to do this. And then I got to do this. And then I got to do this. What would it take for us all to relax? Relax now, relax over the holidays. Just relax and be in that energy of melting down those walls and barriers, to just be present.
That's really powerful. Yeah. Thank you for just pointing that. Where is that statistic from?
From Gary.
Nice.
Yeah, Gary is
what's his name again? Gary. He's Gary founder Douglas. Of Access Consciousness.
Yeah, Gary Douglas, founder of Access Consciousness. He's amazing. He's so cool.
Yeah.
He's a badass. And he's just kind of like one of these people that is he's in tune. You know what I mean? He's very much in tune, and he's very much a channel for energy in the universe. And I started to practice it. I started to practice this whole concept, this idea of relaxing. And once I started to involve that energy and invite that energy in, then I felt like, holy shit, like now I don't have to micromanage my life, Jeffrey says there's the relaxing meditation. Oh shoot. What's it called? I'm sorry, I'm missing it.
It's called do nothing.
Do nothing.
Which can be really challenging for some of us. I have actually, it's challenging for me, and so I called two of my best friends. One of them, he's a master at doing nothing, so he's who I call for advice. And then when I need to feel seen or gotten, I call the other one who has way harder time relaxing than I do, and that always makes me feel better. And then we talk about it, right? We laugh about it together, and that kind of helps us take that out. I also want to point out something, because like this is my first Christmas without my father here physically, and it's strange how the grief isn't really, it's coming in new ways now, but there's a lot of healing, and I'm always present around holidays of who I've lost physically, right? And I just always felt like it was just this emptiness. And so
Right.
one of the things I've been taking on during the holidays is sitting with the spirits of, or the angels of, or just imagining those people's energies sitting next to me in meditation or throughout the day, or just talking to them. And
That's awesome.
Jeffrey said also that he had lost his brother in December of 98, and then his fiance in December of 99.
Wow.
Yeah. And so I assume, for a lot of us, there's someone in your life that's significant that's not here. Probably if you're over the age of 30, chances are that's like 100%. So how do we also find peace with that, with the people that aren't here physically, right? And with the ones that are here, and the gifts of the other brothers that are here, and the other lovers that are here,
Right.
and
Exactly.
then using the spirits of those who have passed to actually service and open our hearts more and heal, instead of closing off during this time.
And focusing on the grief, right?
Yeah.
So there's a choice. We
Yeah.
we really do. We have a choice that we can focus on the grief, or we can focus on the gratitude.
Mm-hmm.
And being in that space of grief or gratitude is something that's not always so easy, right?
Yeah.
Because getting
Yeah.
stuck into the loss, into the fear of or not the fear, but just the loss, and sometimes it's anger, fear, sadness that you have of somebody no longer being physically present in your life. It really, it takes you away from being in gratitude for the energy that they be and the energy that they did leave behind. And so it's amazing that you mentioned this, Ben, because I think this is something that we can also look to choose to create differently, and to be appreciative of those energies that are no longer here. I know I've been receiving a lot of messages from my grandmother, one of my grandmothers. She loved Christmas. She just loved Christmas. She loved Christmas. She loved the holidays. She loved being together. And I always feel her energy even more around this time, more around Christmas time. And I just have really been so present with not falling into the sadness that she's not here, but instead of the sadness of her not being here, tapping into the energy of imagining her favorite place to sit. And like I've been noticed that I've been sitting in her chair a lot more since I've been home, right? And I'm so grateful for that. And so it's just kind of like, again, it's just changing our consciousness and our awareness around it, right? And how we're sharing that energy.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so beautiful. And
Yeah.
and you said one other thing too. I mean, I'm hearing the gratitude in that, and also spending time, to just be with it. We don't have to wallow in it, but if the feelings are there, it's important to honor them. And if we need to take time to ourselves to
Yeah.
do that, that's okay too.
Absolutely.
So, and then I just want to bring us back to gratitude again one more
Yes.
time, like that access for no matter what. If we're alive today, even if we're having a hard time, that there is an opportunity to practice gratitude, and
Exactly.
consider that you're still here for a reason, that anyone in your life could be your greatest teacher, especially those that challenge you.
Yep.
And just to remember to soak in all the abundance and love that is available and all around you, whether you're aware
Yeah.
of it or not. So today, maybe you can look for a little bit of that. And often I find the abundance grows in giving. So if you can give some love, especially to a stranger, someone you don't know, or maybe
Yeah.
someone in your family that you just don't say or express love with much, just
Yep.
a little surprise gift of love today to someone in your life, and then just notice the reverberation of love that you get from that.
That is a great way to end this holiday chapter of our Wake Up Wednesday podcast, Ben. That's awesome. And I'm
Wow.
grateful for you. And I'm grateful for you being my adopted little brother.
I'm so grateful for you, Daniel. I've been looking forward to this all week. So
Me
if you're
too.
not part of Daniel's Live Alive program, where you can just join monthly, or even as it like a la carte. He has some really, really amazing stuff to share with the world, and daily meditations that I love to be on. So I highly recommend that. And if you're looking for more connection in the holidays or work specifically around men's work or vulnerability or accessing or healing, for me, I'm always available. And either one of us, Daniel's one of my favorite healers in the universe, and beautiful spirit. So we're here for you. That's just what I want to say, is you don't have to do this alone.
Exactly.
And we have tools that we would love to give away to you. And if this has helped you in any way, please comment what you're taking away, and maybe tag someone or share if you could use it. And if you're in our podcast, subscribe on YouTube, subscribe. And we're so grateful for each and every one of you today during this time.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to Ben. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas to those who are celebrating. Happy Kwanzaa, all those amazing things.
Yes.
And we'll see you next week. I mean,
yes,
next week we have to do the extra special New Year's Eve edition, Ben.
Yes, it's going to be extra. Get ready.
That's right. It's going to be extra because we're going to manifest for 2020.
Yeah.
2022. Whoa, we don't want to go back to 2020. We're going to manifest for 2022.
Yeah, there's a lot that we can create right now.
That's right.
Thank you all so much. Happy holidays and much, much love.
Thank you, guys. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Ben.
Merry Christmas, Daniel.